I'll get this set up.
Oh, so we've got Brightshadow versus Neskamikaze. So Brightshadow pretty consistent, joined MT13. Pretty good finish. Very good finish in MT16 with 26th place. Has a 9-8 record. So pretty good. Always having above 50% is great. Versus Neskamikaze. Neskamikaze, fantastic racer. 59%. Bit of an old boy. Joined in MT3 and has been in 12 other tournaments. Finished 7th, so does have the coveted top 8 star. So Neskamikaze, a very formidable opponent, so should be a very close, fun match between these two. And I think I remember what game this is, because this was played pretty recently.
Yeah, this was not super old.
Oh yeah, and Neskamikaze, known for having so many races on SRL, has the most races, or the most games raced. Like, if there is a video game, Neskamikaze has probably raced it at some point. So finding a unique game for Neskamikaze is a bit of a struggle, since Nes has played everything, pretty much. And the game we have is another MT staple genre. We don't see too much of it. But when you think MT, this genre is on the forefront of most people's minds. This genre has more MT appearances than Andy himself. I don't know if that's true. I'm just saying words.
I mean, if you're talking individual matches, it's 1,000% not true. But I mean, you know, regardless.
I count every time it shows up in top 8 as 2 appearances because 2 people are racing the game.
So this game was submitted by someone in our, like, obviously by someone in the tournament, but then, like, was made by somebody else.
Made by someone else in the community.
Yeah.
The first time I played this genre was one submitted by you yourself in MT14.
Oh, which one? The remote controller.
The remote control one. The remote control one. Yes.
That game. People said it was really bad. I think it was okay. It wasn't like.
I think it was fine. It was just like. Yeah. It was just kind of. It was just poor. It was poor.
Yeah. It was very cheap. Like, it didn't.
You were in your infantile stage of submitting anything and everything you could.
It's true. All right, we have a game, and the game is Puzzlescript Lawnmower. Not only do we get Lawnmower, we get Puzzlescript, 2 great MT genres.
We get 2 for 1. That was the twist. There was actually 2.
Yeah. Okay, so,
Yes, Sokolon is the correct terminology.
Play. Here we go. So yeah,
the big departure for this Lawnmower game is that you don't actually have to worry about fuel.
Yes, this is a puzzle game, and we're bringing our own music for this one because it's Puzzlescript.
But the other main staples of Lawnmower apply. You don't want to run over flowers. As you can see, instead of fuel, we have a heart gauge, Every time you run over a flower, you will lose a heart. So you basically cannot run over flowers in order to complete a majority of these goals.
There we go. It looks like I started at the wrong time for Brightshadow, but that's all right. There we go. Now they're moving.
Yeah, and as we can see, there are in fact 69 levels in this game, so we have a nice amount of levels to complete.
Which is always good in a puzzle game. You don't want to be doing. I mean, it is what it is. But like we had Princess Confusion, that was 8 levels. It's a very different. You really have to mentally prepare yourself if you're gonna do an 8-level puzzle game, because like you're gonna be stuck.
It's the opposite factor of like getting a tiny platformer game where you have 100 levels to complete.
Yeah.
There's just like, it's almost the same mindset. It's like, okay, I'm in for something here.
So there is a speed up button. They're both using it constantly. If I remember correctly. Let me make sure.
I don't think there's a speed up button.
Oh, maybe there's not.
I think we'll see a mechanic later on that is close to a speed up button, but...
Oh, are we hearing music twice then? No, I have these both muted. We've got some sound from neskamikaze. Let's hear it.
Yeah, but a lot of these earlier levels are mostly just kind of figuring out what the best Hamiltonian path is to getting all of this grass. And now we're getting introduced, so sometimes you have more than one hit per level, so there's going to be some strategic death taking. No, neskamikaze, with one piece of grass left, losing. And I think we can hear Ness's voice. And
Trying to keep this on keyboard.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's only in the left channel, so I couldn't tell as much. So an interesting thing, yeah. So because this is a puzzle game, you saw Brightshadow just did a level where they actually had to die 3 times in order to complete the level.
Yeah,
now we have this thing, which clears out a whole group around you.
You basically have the expanded lawnmower. So it makes you become, instead of a 1-tile cutting machine, you are now a 3x3 cutting machine.
Do flowers still kill you?
Yes.
Okay.
So every time you run over a flower, you lose a life.
I did play this, but it was quite a while ago now. So yeah, this was submitted by Rickery. This was made by Snowdozer, to throw that out there. And I'm not sure why. This was never in MT, as far as I know. It wasn't like in a top 8 or anything. It must have been for like a jam or something, or just for fun. It definitely has some like MT references.
I mean, there's a very solid, like there's an obvious MT reference at the end.
Yeah.
But now we're getting into levels where, like, yeah, you do need to strategically die in order to clear out specific flower paths.
Oh, this was for the mystery jam. Okay, that makes sense. I also want to point out that Brightshadow speedruns Lawnmower for the NES. Neskamikaze using Joy 2 key. A good move. Probably not great to do that during the race, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I think we heard, like, in the tiny fraction we heard of neskamikaze's stream, neskamikaze was like, I regret not binding a joystick.
On a game like this, I'm pretty okay on keyboard. Like, this was fine for me, but I totally understand preferring to use a controller.
I agree. I think for something like this, I'm fine with, because it's just controls, like going up, down, left, right. If it was platformer, though, I'm definitely joy to keying.
Brightshadow is discovering that you can die on the final mow and still beat the level.
I think it is an intended mechanic.
It is. It is. Yeah, it was necessary for that stage.
See, this is one of those games, when I saw it getting drawn, I immediately started playing it myself so I wouldn't have to play it.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I'm just prepping myself for future MTs.
It's pretty good though. Like as far as Puzzlescript games go, this is a pretty solid game. It actually has some weird, different mechanics compared to a lot of other Puzzlescript games.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think this is a very well-made game. Oh, and then Brightshadow falling into the trap of collecting the expanded mower.
Yeah, so you can get these expansions like all one right after another, and in fact you should. And now, as long as he doesn't get another expansion, he can finish this stage.
Yeah, and then we've got essentially just... Oh, that one's the trap. This is also a trap. You don't need to follow this path because they're all expansions. You can just go through them all.
Love that. Let's see. This song gonna get... This seems like I'm gonna skip to a different...
Look, I can't even hear what you're playing, so...
Yeah. I don't trust... It's Metroid music, like the standard Metroid theme.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't trust that wasn't gonna get DMCA'd. Anyways. Brightshadow speedruns Lawnmower, so even though that's not a puzzle game, I think that helps.
I mean, it does, but Neskamikaze has been a part of the community for a while, so
It's true.
has more than likely has their own Lawnmower experience.
So this thing is cool. This is an instant dash, and as long as you hit something safe, you're not gonna die. As in the edge of the... But if you hit a flower, you still die. But I believe you can go through flowers without dying. But it's just if a flower's at the end, then you die. So let's see.
No, if you hit
Oh
any
no, you
flower...
still die, but they do get cleared out. Okay.
Yeah, killing you doesn't stop your momentum. Because this level, you have to end by doing the dash.
Right.
And as we've already found out, you can die as your final act of mowing.
You can.
And move on. A little bit of a hard metaphor for you out there, kids.
I just can't win with music today. Let's go to the covers channel.
But yeah, I think that lawnmowering experience is giving Brightshadow quite of a lead.
Yeah.
On level 33, while neskamikaze stuck on 21.
Wow, Brightshadow going for the speed here.
This is a helicopter view.
This level is just mean. Like, you have the speed the whole time, but you can't use it. Uh-oh.
Oh, and Ness misses the input. And Ness is getting pretty walled on this.
Nice. Brightshadow immediately solving this level. You have to not dash at the grass, but instead in between the grass.
There's actually an alternate solution
Oh.
that you can do, which you'll have to do in this level. So now you do a dash, and then you do a vertical dash, which you could do that in the previous level as well.
Instant solve from Brightshadow.
Yeah, Brightshadow is mowed
That's pretty impressive
in his time.
Instant solve there too, although that was a fairly easy level. Here we're just going for speed. No issues.
You want to be just dash all over the place.
It does feel very powerful.
Yeah, the thing I noticed, like Zenic Reverie in chat pointing out, is that you do need to lead your turns by a bit. I think this was the same issue with remote control Lawnmower, is that as soon as your sprite is like a little bit beyond the next like square, you cannot turn until like the next one. So like you need to like pre-buffer your turn inputs in order to turn on the square you want to turn on.
Yeah. Yeah, Yorkie, I actually cut some of it out even, so. Just to sort of speed things along. So here you're noticing that the expansion, which has been true in earlier levels but hasn't been very important, you can walk it off the stage. Like, and only do 2 rows if you're at the very top. It doesn't make it so it doesn't have a hitbox itself. I believe we only get 1 more mechanic in this game, but it's a doozy. Nice.
Oh.
Not only is Brightshadow solving these levels super quickly, because they are puzzles. Really near the end is when they start to get more puzzly, but like, is noticing here if you collect these expansions, you immediately die because there's a flower right next to them.
There is a quick way to do this where you just collect them and dash through them as opposed to doing this long way. Like if Brightshadow were to dash into those expansions towards the grass, they'd cut all of it. But doing the slow method does work. Yeah, and now we have, this is a classic like shift level.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I hate this. I can't see what's happening.
That's so funny. Oh, here we are with the final... So that's showing how big the radius is. This is a little nuclear bomb that you can set off, I think, wherever you want to. And it has a very big radius. Or no, you set it off by running into something.
Yeah, so essentially you are going to explode when you take damage.
All right. I mean, you don't have to use it on this stage, but... Yeah, it is faster.
Yeah, and
so
then
there you can't even get to the grass. You have to use this explosion to mow it.
And then Brightshadow actually soft locking themselves now. They have to restart this level because you actually have to take a death to free yourself from this middle area.
And then you have to end it with a nuke because you only have 3 lives.
Yes.
Nope. Brightshadow. I thought they would have caught that. Brightshadow didn't catch that. That's too bad.
Got the double trap.
Brightshadow, why are you leaving that grass in the middle, huh? Whatever, we get it now.
You know, let them cook.
There we go. So we have 3 explosions on this level, but do we need all 3? I don't think so.
There's only 2.
Oh, you're right. I was looking at the one in the UI. Which was kind of silly, but that must have been what I was doing, because I know I saw 3.
I kind of like if you think about it, like the little explosion just looks like a sprite of a guy.
Of a guy?
Yeah, look, he's got like the
Oh,
orange
it does
hair.
a little bit, yeah.
Like
the standard Puzzlescript guy.
Yeah. But yeah, already on level 57. Like, Ness is on 36. Brightshadow is just mowing this game out of the water.
Yeah, I was when I first played this, I wasn't I was really busy that like 2 weeks that the jam was happening, so I missed a lot of it. I was thinking this might even be good for top 8. I think maybe it's a little dull just because it's Puzzlescript, so that's why I eventually just put it in the normal pool. But like, it's fun, it's funny, it's good, it's got good puzzles. But I mean, I think I now like that decision because and this is showing you that if you dash, your explosion happens at the end of the dash if you die. During the dash, which is important for this level. But anyway, Brightshadow's really beating this quickly. I think if this was in a top 8, it's a little too easy, honestly. I missed the pun. I must not have been listening. Sorry.
Thank you, Sir Nico. I feel appreciated. I mean, they are the best ones when I can just sneak them in and nobody has any reaction whatsoever.
But I do appreciate Rick Reek just taking the initiative to sub a game that somebody else here made.
I can't wait to like dig through Maurice's old games and just like, I'll make this MT viable.
I've looked. There aren't that many, honestly, that are MT viable, but I think they both got raced this tournament. So how does this one work?
So you need to collect the expansion and then, or actually how Brightshadow's doing it is.
Got it. This level, one of these levels tripped me up a little bit, but I don't remember.
So yeah,
which one.
this one you need to actually exit first, because collecting the bomb isn't going to work.
Oh, there's the expansion, yes.
So yeah, you need to have the expansion in order to, because this level is teaching you that if you have the expansion with the bomb, it has a bigger explosion. So you need to hit that flower that is on the top, or you can do the one at the bottom there, next to the squares. Because you need to get back into that center with the expansion.
Got it. There we go. Yeah, that's what tripped me up with this level.
And then I hope you like that concept, because I thought Brightshadow was not interesting. He's got to do it this level again. I think just missed some specific pieces of grass.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh,
and again! And again!
No. It's trying to go too fast. That's all right.
Has, like, unbeknownst to him, has the level time to spare.
Yeah. We haven't been focusing much on Ness since it's a puzzle game. But in general, Brightshadow's been ahead this whole race, even with the Joy to Key. I don't think that's making that big of a difference, honestly. Is it that the explosion's bigger, or is it just that it's offset? I thought it was just offset. Maybe it is bigger.
Maybe, well, Tog, that one guy who was actually a playtester, despite what their race comment says, is saying that it is offset.
Okay.
I just figured it looked bigger. And, like, I didn't need to know the exact truth of the puzzle. in order to solve it. I just know that doing this will solve the puzzle.
Yeah, so this one was tricky for me because you're thinking, oh, I need to do the same thing, but really you don't. You need to use the expansion to get that grass in there.
Yeah, well, I mean, the hint for that one you can see is that there's a chip in the block this time.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I think, unfortunately...
Oh, yeah. No, you can't. You gotta dash the other way. So you can get that grass out there.
Yeah, you need to dash the other direction.
Yeah.
I think it's forgetting that when you can still collect power-ups even after you're dead.
Thinking about it.
Almost tried to collect it, but realizing that collecting it's gonna be a problem.
I like the Lawnmower dash in other contexts beyond this being like a puzzle game. Like, I would like to see that in a lawn mowing game. Pure lawn mowing.
Okay, we've got the Grumpy Forehead Man level here.
I didn't see this as a face at all, but I appreciate what you've done. What the hell are we listening to? You know, it is what it is. I'm gonna stop questioning.
You can't question it for me because I can't hear it.
It's really surprising that it's not coming through on the stream. It's like Highland music. It's actually not that bad. Alright. What does Brightshadow need to do here? Looks like you need to dash through...
You need to dash through. So that's correct. And then I think the trick is you don't want to collect... Yeah, because now you can just bomb and it should get... it's big enough to get... But 66 of 69.
We're getting
Only
there.
A few levels left. But Ness is only on 54. But these last levels, yeah, because now we're on 67. This is
just
basically
not even a level.
This is free. You just hold right. And then 68 is our favorite
here
friend.
He is.
It's the guy. It's the guy.
The guy himself.
And then, yeah, you just make sure you get those eyes all nice and set.
No! Because he had the expansion. He needed to come at it from a different angle. I can't believe it.
Yeah, I had to dash into it. It is done.
There it is.
That is a dot done from Brightshadow.
An excellent time. Way faster than my test time. Really fast in solving these puzzles, honestly.
Yeah, yeah, not much to say. Just sometimes you just get a game that is 100% in your wheelhouse.
So yeah, Neskamikaze out of the tournament. Very strong player. Brightshadow knocked out. Neskamikaze is good at games though, and did finish this. So we'll wait for them to finish it, but we have another match in 15 minutes, so that should be happening in 15 minutes too.
Yeah, that's how time works.
So true.
We are going to watch Neskamikaze finish this out. I believe they finish.
Well, they do.
Yeah, not too many levels left. Probably will get done in the next... by the time the next match starts. But have you ever mowed an actual lawn, ID?
Oh yeah, many times. I haven't had a lawn as an adult. I've only lived in apartments and condos.
Adolescent lawns.
As a teenager, I mowed my grandmother's lawn, my lawn, my dad's lawn. I mowed a lot of lawns. It was good. I think I listened to music a little too loudly. They didn't have like the ones that went in your ears for a long time. I just had like the iPhone headphones that just kind of like.
Well, you need to cancel out the blades spinning and like the motor that's going to be right next to your face.
Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. I'm like, I probably should have just not cranked it like that. But I have pretty good hearing, so I don't think it did any permanent damage. But
I know I have good hearing because I'm still able to hear like the whir of a CRT TV when it turns on.
Yeah, me too. Sometimes I'll be watching an old TV show, and I'm like, how could they have left this in there? But then I realized that the monitor that they were watching it on, in order to decide whether or not that sound was in there, was probably a CRT. Like, so they probably didn't notice because that sound was already in the room.
And they probably couldn't hear it because they've destroyed their hearing. Alright, just 11 levels left for Neskamikaze. It's already unfortunately ruined themselves for this stage, but understood their mistake.
Shoutouts to Snowdozer for yesterday when I asked if anyone knew a song with a doorbell in it, giving the best answer, which is Epic Rap Battles of History, Jeff Bezos versus Mansa Musa. So, not only can make video games, but has some strong knowledge.
Has some deep musical lore.
Yeah. No, but in general, Snowdozer are very good at making puzzle games and planning puzzles. Just in general, having very good game sense for what makes a game interesting and fun.
Yeah, Ness realizing that they messed up by collecting the expansion first. Oh, but doesn't turn around soon enough.
Game that I posted in the chat, Snowdozer helped make some puzzles for, and should be coming out sometime this year. I'm looking forward to it. Neskamikaze has to learn about this offset explosion technique here. Has not yet learned it.
Yeah, thinking about it though.
And really, it's not using anything new. It's just sort of having to think about the mechanics and putting them together.
And the nice thing about this is that, like, the puzzles go pretty quick. It's not like a Princess Confusion game where you're just staring at this puzzle and you could ruin yourself 10 minutes in the past because you pushed the ball the wrong direction. Oh, Ness had it, but didn't collect the explosion. Yeah, I think understands this puzzle as well.
Perfect. Oh!
Oh,
Understood it, but made a bit of a mistake.
it's hard to remember about that corner piece of yours when you have the expanded mower. Okay, Ness trying to suss out what to do here.
Okay.
Okay, all you need to do is just dash on that other side. He's going to play it safe. He's going to try to mow all this grass first.
Nice.
Okay, we got Angry Forehead.
Is an angry forehead.
I just mow the grass, Forehead. Yeah,
There we
easy
go.
solve. This is the last actual level of the game.
And it's pretty easy.
And there it is. This is just
Congrats.
filler. Oh, I guess the mystery ghost. With really only one part of this being any part challenging. now it's done, and that is a dot done from neskamikaze. Finishing about 10 minutes after Brightshadow, so it can't be stressed enough how well Brightshadow did in this race. Absolutely killing it.
Yeah, that was a super, super fast time.
And with that, we should be expecting a give game soon.